This is my indie rock hybrid magazine called Slur, which targets my audience of 16 to 24 year olds, 60% who are female and 56% ABC ones who fit into the indie subculture. I found the word slur by researching words to do with music, and it means a musical notation indicating that the notes it embraces are to be played without separation. I picked the word slur because it is short and snappy. I pastiche other magazines such as Q and Anime because they have short titles, and this draws the audience to the magazine. The word slur reminds me of what happens when you have too much to drink, which signifies that the preferred reading, Stuart Hall 1980, is of alcohol, which then reinforces who the audience is and the connotations of alcohol, which would be partying, having fun and being young. These tie into the subculture of indie music, which Dick Hebridge, 1979, defined as certain groups who will dress and act a certain way. It also fits in with the Sarah Thornton's theory of subculture, as she said that it was objects that define what a subculture is, and the idea of alcohol and gigs would fit in with the indie rocker subculture. I pastiche the codes and conventions from the Republic website, which is shutting down, and contains bright pink, yellow and black, which contrasts well for my magazine and also my audience. My house style is also following the basic codes and conventions of a real magazine, as the colours are limited and there are no more than 4. The connotations of bright pink are passion and love, which is what the audience will feel for the genre, as it will be their favourite genre. The connotations of black are rebellion and rock, which fits in with the stereotypes of the indie subculture. Finally, the connotations of yellow are creativity and enthusiasm, which is what my audience will feel towards my magazine. For my front cover, I pastiched multiple issues of Enemy magazine so that it wasn't just the exact replica of a real life magazine, but so that it looked unique. The specific issue I pastiched was the issue where Lana Del Rey was on the cover. From this issue, I pastiched the cell lines as they were slanted and in coloured boxes. I also pastiched the main cover line as that was also slanted, and then added a pull quote above her name. The Enemy issue stating, "I'm a psycho," and mine similarly dark by saying, "I don't want friends." This is also anchoring it to the image so that the audience know that my model is rebellious and troubled, Roland Barthes 1979. As well as this issue, I have pastiched other issues of Enemy. For example, I pastiched the white stripe from the design of an Enemy issue. My front cover also has followed basic codes and conventions, as it has a barcode, a banner, plugs and the date under the masthead. The barcode shows a certain issue number, the price and also the magazine's website. This is used so that the audience will know if they've missed an issue, and also that it cross-promotes the website, which the audience will then go on. I have used the banner because a bit of my model's head was cut off, and also because magazines such as Enemy use banners to advertise more content of their magazine, and certain bands that are going to be in it. Plugs such as Free and Win are used to advertise to the audience what is to offer in the magazine, and also draw them in. Plugs are used on every magazine front cover, and I pastiched Enemy style. My masthead challenges real media products, as it is in the style of lipstick, whereas the magazine mastheads of my genre are just block writing. I used a lipstick on a mirror because it looked unusual and also connotes rebellion, because it suggests that it is vandalising something. For my model on the front cover, I wanted the preferred reading to come across as a rebellious singer, which I did through mise en scène and the cover line. The dark clothing and the makeup of the model are denotations of rebellion, as the audience are seen her looking moody and wearing dark clothing, which will automatically make them think of rebellion. The connotations of dark clothing are rebellion, evil, and it could also connote rock music. The model I use can also be seen as an ideal self, as she is rebellious and strong, which is what my audience will want, as they are indie teenagers who are stereotypically rebellious. She could also be seen as an ideal partner, as although my audience is 60% female, the 40% male will find my model attractive, and stereotypically males are attracted to bad girls, just like females are stereotypically attracted to bad boys. For my contents page, I pastiche the design of more than one magazine. I combine Kerrang, Wheel of Pop and Anime. I pastiche Wheel of Pop for the background of my contents page, so that there was a box beneath the actual main page. I did this because I didn't want a blank background for my magazine. This is challenging the stereotype of an indie magazine, as both Q and Enemy have just white backgrounds. For my contents page, I followed the same house style as my front cover. This is following the codes and conventions of the other magazines that follow the house style throughout the magazine. I pastiche the style of Kerrang magazine through their features section. I did this because the more indie magazines such as Enemy or Q don't have big sections showing the content of the magazines, and I wanted to include more content. For the rest of the contents page, I passed each enemy as I had pictures in boxes and also include text below the images. This means that the text is anchored to the image and the audience will know that this text is meant for that image. Roland Barthes, 1979. Like enemy, I included a subscription box at the bottom of the contents page. I decided to write an editor's note as this follows conventions of some magazines such as Kerrang! On my contents page, I followed the basic codes and conventions. My double page spread combines the style of enemy and Kerrang! I have passed these the style of a Kerrang! Article with Taylor Momsen as it was quite dark and rocky. However, my magazine is different from many articles. Around my article there is a border which I passed each from an enemy article as it doesn't go the full way around. However, my magazine challenges the usual style as I have added effects around the border and around the pull quotes within my article which make it stand out. My double page spread follows the codes and conventions of a magazine as it contains body text within columns, an image that takes up the page, pull quotes and a headline. Yeah, I've made mine different from basic magazines as my headline isn't a pull quote or the name of the artist, it's a parody of the Wicked Witch of the North, which is intertextual of the Wizard of Oz. I have also added a slug onto my double page spread so that the audience know it is the main article and an exclusive article. The article is meant to show the star persona of my model, Richard Dyer, which is that she is rebellious and more known for her actions rather than her music. Unlike most double page spreads, I've put my drop capital in the subheading under the headline, which is still following the codes and conventions of a magazine, but it is challenging it also, as most magazines place it in the body text. All of my pictures follow the codes and conventions of a magazine as the people in them all have direct gaze at the camera. On my front cover, the picture is of a medium close-up, and this is so that the audience will see all of her costumes, but can still see her emotions in the pose. They can also see her expressions and that the image is trying to connote attitude. Out of the two pictures on my contents page, the one with the same model as the front cover is of a different shot type. This picture has been taken as a close-up so that the audience can see her serious expression and also see that she's pretty, which will reinforce ideal self and ideal partner. The second picture is of my other model and is also a medium close-up. This is so that the audience can see her costume and see that it connotes rebellion, as it is dark and sleeveless. My model is posing in a stereotypical rock pose that is similar to the Gene Simmons pose, and so the audience will associate this with other rock music. Finally, my double page spread picture is of a medium close-up, so that the audience can see the difference in the front page and the double page spread and the difference in costume. They can see that her makeup and costume have become more subtle and brighter. The shot was taken at a high angle, which will connote vulnerability, which is what my model is trying to show in the article. This is how my media product uses, develops and challenges forms and conventions of real media products.